Every year I like to do a top 10 songs of the year, but I feel like 2024 was just so good in terms of like the quality of music that I want to make it in video form. So without further ado, these are the top 10 songs of 2024.
Go, 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 go! Cap so good I wanna roll. My run is hot like a luncheon gold.
Okay, maybe I'm like 10 years old or something, but this kind of slaps.
I like the way you kiss me. I can tell you miss me. I can tell it this.
First of all, yeah, I know this is a TikTok song. It definitely sounds like it. The lyrics are not that great at all, and you know, there's a reason why a lot of people don't really like this song in general. But at the same time, I just find myself drawn to it. I think it's largely due to the melody and the overall vibes that it has. I'm a really big fan of darkwave from the 80s, such as The Cure and Joy Division, and while obviously Artemis is nowhere near the level of talent that these bands have, it's very cool to see, you know, a modern singer capture that aesthetic. And it's also cool to see this type of song get like widespread appeal, combining these elements with modern pop, which I think was great this year. I made a playlist that's called Songs That Sound Like They Were Written by 14-year-olds but slap anyways, and this is on the top of that playlist. It's, you know, obviously very childish, but it slaps.
I like the way you kiss me. I like the way you,
Fire. Wait,
I literally don't know how to say this in any way that won't sound extremely cringeworthy, so I'll just say it bluntly. JPEG Mafia is the best experimental rapper out there.
Niggas be begging for shit to be different until they get it, then they treat it indifferent. People project.
This segment is going to be hard to do without sounding like the prototypical JPEG Mafia fan, so let's just cut right to the music. JPEG Mafia released an album this year called I Lay Down My Life For You, which was much more hardcore than his other previous albums. But on that album, he continued to break boundaries in terms of how to do instrumentals. While there are many songs from this album that I do like, for this list I'm going to pick the song that has undoubtedly the most crazy and experimental instrumental of all, a Brazilian funk sample.
Ela fica no pau, ela senta no pocotó, upa pocotó. Fica de quatro, nós bota sem.
For the sake of not digging a deeper hole than the one I'm already in, I'm just going to leave it at this. It's a great song to listen to. Its chaotic energy is just so great. It was great to listen to this live in concert, and the album constantly made you ask, how is he going to make this work? Which he would instantly answer with an absolutely great song. Thank God that's over. I need to take a shower.
way too good to speed run slow. Got a sub 420 snow. She likes to do run stupid mode.
One of my favorite pop artists over the past half decade has been Billie Eilish. After bursting onto the scene with her 2019 album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go?, she's become both a critical and commercial darling, and for good reason. But for some reason, I had always felt that she had not reached her full potential, like there was always something missing. But that changed this year, when she released what I believe is her magnum opus, Hit Me Hard and Soft.
I want you to stay.
This album really does have everything that makes Billie Eilish great. Her moody delivery and lyrics, the outstanding production by her brother Phineas, and the unrivaled creativity that is explored on this album. But one of the most creative songs on the album is L'amour de ma vie.
I wish you the best for the rest of your life. Felt sorry for you when I looked in your eyes.
The song starts out as a pretty soothing jazz type song, very similar to Leife. Her singing in particular is impeccable on this album, and it doesn't show much better than it does here. But then, about 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the song, the best transition of 2024 happened. suddenly, this smooth jazz tune has completely 180'd into a hyperpop and electropop inspired track. This part of the song is very comparable to a certain album that released just a few weeks after. But even after I've heard this song dozens of times, the transition always hits. And that is what not only makes it one of the best songs on the album, but also one of the best songs of 2024.
Stupid mode, I wanna see Lost Lady Toes, I done popped all the bros,
Okay, TikTok hooked with this one. While Sailor Song is not the first emotional love song to go viral on TikTok, it is certainly the best. Gigi Perez's voice is incredible, and the chorus in particular is fantastic. The lyrics, while they can be labeled as childish, are extremely earnest and really help to boost the emotionality of the song. A lot of that has to do with the delivery. Like, listen to this. Laughing as she hit her pen and coughed is something that in most songs would just be like a throwaway joke line, but in this one it really hit, and it's because Gigi Perez sells it. She makes you believe that every single lyric in this song is the most important thing to be occurring at the moment. But I think what really sells this song for me and what puts it in the top 10 is the trumpets.
Like a sailor, when you get a taste, and you tell me what's my flavor. Don't know your God, but I believe that you're my savior. I know that you've been worried, but you're tripping in my favor.
This song constantly just builds and builds and builds as the guitar strums get more aggressive, and it all culminates with these trumpets in the second chorus, which is just fantastic. Even though this song is 3.5 minutes long, it feels like it's 1 minute long. It flies by, and that is incredible. So very well done, Gigi Perez. I hope to see a lot more from you in the future.
We can go forever until you wanna sit it out.
yeah, hold on with Lieutenant Anto-G, I'm all about links up the stratosphere.
Speaking of rap music, there's an interesting story as to how I got into it. My first rapper that I got into wasn't Kanye or Juice WRLD or Drake. I was watching this show called Community, and there was an actor on there named Donald Glover. About halfway through the 3rd season, he quit the show to pursue music. So out of curiosity, I checked it out. I loved it.
Watching haters wonder why Gambino got the game. Half-time thicky, all she wanna do is bang.
Usually a triple threat refers to somebody who can sing, dance, and act. But what about somebody who can sing, act, and is funny? That's where Childish Gambino lies. While his music started as mainly joke rapping, it evolved over the years to be more complete and experimental. That's why I was sad to hear when he said that he would release one more album as Childish Gambino before focusing more on his TV projects. But for his final album, he sure made it fire.
Cody LeRae, he had a break.
Lithonia is the lead single off of Gambino's final album, which is honestly more like a compilation than an album, Bando Stone in the New World. It's a true rock anthem, something that I didn't think that Gambino was capable of making, but he certainly proved me wrong.
Nobody gives a fuck. I feel liberated, over-medicated.
Every single part of this song seems incredibly calculated, and I love it for that. I honestly feel like that's intentional. It's to create an environment that seems perfect, too perfect that it makes you uneasy. And if you watch the music video, it really hammers home that point. Watch the music video if you haven't already. I don't want to spoil anything for you. But Godspeed, Gambino. Thank you for a great career, ending with this great album and great song.
He's finding out. Nobody gives a fuck.
Hold up in Lost Kingdom, Deviltry. Pull up with the matching certificate.
This is a song that I don't really need to say anything about. It's just been covered to death, and I don't know if I would bring literally anything to the discussion. So instead of trying to critically analyze this song, which many people who are more qualified to do so than I have done a lot, I'm just going to go through my top 5 favorite moments of the song.
Aye, monster on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a freak. He a fan, he a fan, he a fan. He a fan, he a fan, he a OV ho. Say OV ho. Damn, certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 wop. That fuck 'em up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff, tryna strike a chord, and it's probably A minor.
Alright, on to the next song.
Yeah, I don't want to go slow. Young runner, reach all the goals that hurt.
Have you guys heard of Chapel Roan? Chapel Roan absolutely burst onto the scene in 2024. It had been a long time coming, as she had been releasing songs since 2020 for her 2023 album, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. And there are many songs off that album which could have easily made the list, but I've only decided to restrict myself to songs of 2024. That's why it's a good thing that I believe her best song to date is Good Luck Babe. If you want to talk about a perfect pop song, there it is. It obviously draws a lot of inspiration from 80s pop hits. I think the one that sticks out the most to me is Last Christmas. It's very similar to it, but it executes those influences to an absolute T, and the result is an incredible pop song. I can't even pick a favorite part of the song. The chorus, the verses, and especially the bridge are all fantastic. But I'm just going to make this prediction. I think that Chapel Roan is going to be the next Lady Gaga. Hopefully she follows up this song with a great album. I don't know about that country stuff she's getting into, but I think that she definitely has a lot of potential to be something huge, bigger than she already is. But for now, Good Luck Babe takes the number 4 spot on my list.
That her players got me since she was a pro. If she dropped an input, I'm a door to go.
This part of the song is very comparable to a certain album that released just a few weeks after. Yeah, of course I was talking about Brat. Now Brat was more than just an album. It was a cultural event, but the part that I liked the most of it was the music. Bringing back the club music of the late 2000s to early 2010s was great, absolutely fed my nostalgia, and it coming from somebody as great as Charli XCX was fantastic. But as I was making this list, a problem arose. There were so many songs on Brat that I wanted to put on the list that they would basically just knock out all the other songs I wanted to talk about. At first I decided to go to a 1 song per artist rule, but then I realized, what if I just put all the songs together?
When I get to the club, I wanna hear this club classics. Club classics, club classics. Classic, but it's still pop. I get money, you get mad because the back's up. Fall in love again and again, 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 fall in love again and again. I never thought for a second my voice was in your head, girl. You walk like a bitch. When I was 10, someone said that. This one's for all my mean girls. This one's for all my bad girls. This one's for when I'm in the club, yeah, I'm loving that. When I'm at the house, yeah, I'm loving that. 365 party girl, loving that. Should we do it?
Number 3 is Brat as a whole. All of these songs bring something different to the table. 360 is an addicting pop song to listen to. Club Classics is a great song that is incredibly unique. Von Dutch is just absolutely abrasive in the best way possible. The Girls So Confusing remix with Lorde is just as great a story as it is a song. Mean Girls is incredibly underrated and has one of the best post-second verse drops. And 365 is just an impeccable remix of 360. All of these songs led to Charli XCX being my most played artist of the year, which is something that I absolutely could not post on my Instagram story. While I believe that the cultural side of Brat is essentially dead at this point, it being used as one of the themes for the Kamala Harris campaign certainly didn't help. The music will definitely live on forever as legendary throwback pop.
Bumping that.
Go, 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 go! That's so good I wanna roll my...
And that is what not only makes it one of the best songs on the album, but also one of the best songs of 2024. Note how I said one of the best songs on the album.
To take my love away.
I don't know how many times I can say that I have, while listening to the song for the first time, been like, holy shit. But for Chihiro by Billie Eilish, that is exactly what happened. This song doesn't feel like a song, it feels like a journey. And a lot of it can be owed to Phineas's incredible production. The song goes from an R&B inspired beat and melody to this techno house type riff that just gets louder and louder and louder until it consumes the entire song, which is incredible. What's great about it is that the first time it's a complete surprise, but then the second time you know it's coming, so it's able to kind of play with the build-in a lot more, which just makes it even better. But as I said, this song just feels like more than a song. It is just incredible. Songs like these are hard to describe in words. Only by listening to it can you fully understand it. I firmly believe that Billie Eilish and Phineas O'Connell are the best singer-producer duo since Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones. And I hope that they could keep up this level of absolute genius.
On like a legend gold. I just did the impossible.
Alright, so here's how I'm going to do my honorable mentions. I'm just going to go through the songs that I have liked from this year on Spotify, and I'll just say a quick word or two about them. This is a good song to listen to when you're driving while it's snowing outside. Clairo's album in general is really good. This honestly might be my favorite SZA song. Lil Yachty just surfs over this beat so well. Just classic fun from Billie Eilish's newest album. Another great song from Billie Eilish's album. Incredibly unique and obviously great production. This one is also great, oh my god. And this one too, oh my... I'm sorry, this is just a banger. This one is also a banger. Ice Spice's best song where she's a lead artist. This is also on that playlist that I talked about earlier. Just great vibes from Gambino here. I like Clairo's lounge singer vibe a lot more than her fake DIY indie vibe. Same here. I need to listen to this full album, I really like this song. This was going to be on the list because It's Dark and Hell and Hot got removed from Spotify for a bit, but it's back now. This song is still really good though. Another great cut from Vince's new album. This is just fun. Midge, N, Ol, Disc. I'm really gonna regret not putting any of these songs on the top 10 list. Absurdly chaotic in the best way possible. Doesn't feel real. I think I listened to this song like 10 times in a row one day when my brain was fried. I don't know, it just fucking goes. I don't know what to tell you, man. She opened for JPEG Mafia. She was actually really good. Hypnotic. And that is it for honorable mentions. One more song to go.
Go, 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 go! That's so good I wanna roll.
I first made this list in September of 2024. At that point, Chihiro was the #1 song on the list, and I didn't think that anything could beat it. But I figured that there was one album that I hadn't listened to that I was being recommended constantly and was being hailed as one of the best albums of the year. So, I gave it a listen. I came into the album expecting to like it. It was right up my alley, with great synth pop track after great synth pop track. What I didn't expect, however, is for one of the songs off the album to not only be my favorite song of 2024, but one of my favorite songs of all time. Cry For Me starts off great, with a synthy and very disco-inspired section. Similar to Chihiro, it really feels like a journey more than a song. But then the second part comes. I can't explain in words how much I love this second half of the song. The synths, the strings, and the piano, and the vocals all just completely just dance with each other for this great composition. But undeniably, the peak of it is when Mika Tenenbaum, the singer of Magdalena Bay, repeats, And that is what puts Cry For Me not just as my favorite song of 2024, but one of my favorite songs of all time. Thank you for watching.